YouTube. Welcome to another Upside DIY. I saw kind of put most, or not most, but some of the older paint that I found. So there's a few cans that I don't even know what's in there except for one. Yeah, I'm gonna mix up like any old paint with lacquer, gloss lacquer, and stuff like that. So got it kind of situated here. Just sorting this stuff out. So just kind of just adding it to some of the stuff, that I could, kind of, work on to stay busy. So I'm also thinking I planned out a couple of pieces of plastic. One couple of days ago I thought I might need something like this. Kind of working on these suitcases, and that the plastic piece that I was making, actually I want to try to probably just glue it, and then maybe I could it's from the same bottle. It's just I cut it in half because and also I need the wood piece that I'm going to be making to help flatten out. It needs to be, it could be as wide as this because I tested this tray, or this a little bit better. But let's get these two pieces. I guess I was thinking of maybe consolidating, but I'm getting rid of show on this video is the access point. But this larger piece is pretty much a good fit, and there's not that many curled up. So I just wanted to show the access point to this suitcase. So I basically had to move it over to a different location. The access point. So the zipper was kind of on the other side, and I'm going to unzip it. So it's really nice. And okay, so I unzipped it. So opening it up, I think I already kind of broke down as much. I'm not sure if it was this one, but the access point, kind of see my fingers through here, is actually right here. Yeah, I think I did like clean up this bag a little bit. So it's really hard to say exactly which pieces. Maybe the aluminum was duffel bag repair, since I've done one or two suitcases in the last month and I've had enough footage of that. I'm probably going to use these boards right here to help secure any flat surfaces that I need while repairing. But I washed this foil, and then now I flattened it out, and while I flattened it out, I actually took out a lot of the curling that the factory made. Somehow it was able to curl up and things like that. But yeah, it's flat, getting it as flat as possible, and and things are cleaned off with a small rag. So I've got kind of like this rag. And hopefully, hopefully I take advantage of all the So yeah, I've got the liquid nail pretty much ready. So hopefully I could get the right dimension of the aluminum piece and start gluing this. So it's kind of hard to say, but I'm going to have to fold back a little bit of the aluminum on all four sides, and then I'm going to add glue. Hopefully fold it glue, and then now I'm just going to use some of my ideas to smear that. So at this point I recapped the glue so that I smeared most of the glue. I might have to use a little bit more in a day, really nicely, but it's going to give pretty good layer of protection, and then I could paint, whatever I could see and things. So let's try to put the aluminum piece in there and you know, have this, and it's gonna be curled away. So I'm gonna have this metal side, and I could paint this later on. You know, facing as good and as straight as I could get it. I wasn't even sure like if I had it the right angle or way. And I'm just gonna slide this wooden piece onto wherever I can. I kind of checked underneath to make sure things were looking okay and seated correctly. Maybe I could go over the inside and add some more glue if you know, I might need to buy some more. You know, see how that looks and adding some more pressure. But I'm just trying to get this a little bit closer to the right. As you can see, it's lined up pretty nicely, but it could be strained out a little bit more. And I'll see you right back. Alright, so this wooden piece is slid. I guess there's that side, and this side is pretty evened up. And then now I'm going to just turn it over. So push it in as far as it could go, and then yeah, it's going to need, and while I was pushing it in, I was, you know, molding some of this aluminum. And it might not be like completely straight, so that's just what I have to deal with later on. And then now I'm just flip it to the other side and see if I can add some pressure on the other side. It's a little bit too close to me, like, but we'll see. So this is what it looks like on this side, and I could kind of see where I could add some glue and, you know, have a way to add pressure towards this side, which is going to be pretty hard, but having the other clear plastic to work with later on. But yeah, I don't really have a way, but just let it dry. And this is also a good time to use a popsicle stick and smear the glue around where I think it will bond later. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a good day. Alright, so I put glue on this side and that side. It's kind of holding pretty good, but I'm going to add a little bit of duct tape. I'm thinking wherever I can, just around this area, and then onto the glue a little bit. So 3 pieces into the duct tape, and I just need to add 2 more. I'm hoping, you know, just to give it a little, you know, a sense of molding correctly. I'm going to add 1 on this side and 1 on that side. And then what I could do is actually look on the inside and add a little pressure here and there. It's going to be pretty much a DIY fix. And add like something like a piece of wood or something on the inside to press down underneath this plastic. No, that is, find something actually to squeeze in there. I'm trying to use this. Just fold this up, and I'll see you guys later. I guess how I'm getting it in there is actually sliding it through, and I gotta make it go the other way. Okay, so that's there, but I'm gonna try to slide this glove too. I guess I'll just have to wait a couple of days, let this dry. But nothing too bad on this side. Hopefully yeah, just let this dry. Make sure, just check up on this and make sure everything's, you know, still tight, I guess, against the casters and everything like that. And, you know, maybe I could, you know, sew it or something. I had another plan, which might be useful too, to start with, but so, you know, I just wanted to kind of do something today, so I decided to start trying to fix the suitcases. So I got this needle. I found this needle actually like cleaning up some of these smaller pieces. So that was pretty, you know, just whatever's on hand and stuff. And then I have this fishing line that's always on hand, so put those two together and I started sewing. I started sewing the bottom. I tied off as much as I could, where whatever I got done, every one or two, just to keep things tight and things. And I'm gonna have to actually use a flashlight, but just this little area now is pretty finished up. I've got to actually reach in on this larger side and kind of look with a flashlight as I put in the needle. I gotta keep keep track of how I'm gonna actually pretty much make a good pattern and sew this up. This extra top piece, there was extra string, so I got it as tight as I can. I couldn't really tie a knot to it, so I added like a third string or another piece. I wrapped it around and was able to knot that and leave a little extra just in case I'm going to tie it off. And the same thing with this other string. It's not with just finished sewing this, and I'm going to have to use a flashlight and find a good entryway into this area and finish sewing this just a little bit more. But I got as much as I can. Welcome back. So yeah, I think I'm gonna add the glue on the tray first to get this glue ready, and probably save this tube for the smaller bag. And even that small piece of plastic, I might use that for the small bag. So this small piece right here is going to be for the one that I'm starting to sew, and this one's going to be for this larger one. So that's pretty much the review or walkthrough of how I'm going to fix this bag. And there might be some more stuff, but I have one of these wooden pieces already measured. It's kind of like the smaller one, just because this larger piece underneath might be a little too big, and I'm going to add like a wooden piece to help me hold on to this. But this is going to help me. These are actually some notes that I found that might be interesting with the shelf that I was going to make. So there's some notes there, and I guess there's another view or angle of some of the wooden pieces that I cut and prepped up and stuff, but and it started to assemble, but then I just changed my mind. I guess it was going to help me. So it was actually those wooden pieces right there, and that couch used to like kind of like sit right in the middle of the windows and all that space. Those pieces of wood, I actually made like a large plum catcher, so, or a fruit picker, or whatever, so I had the smaller one that I made a while back and things, and I added like a hook to pull down the branch, and with that hook I could actually use this small one to help pull down any fruit. And the fruit and this container kind of helps twist off the fruit, and and even the string, I found a good thing for it towards the end. Just wrapped it around the hook, but kind of helps any wobbling or anything. Really strong for now. One of the screws isn't all the way in, but the other two are. I was able to use like a small screwdriver, but at first I was using a longer one, and I soldered in the right angle on that bottom screw. And plus that string isn't really tied on it's not under the washer, but it's the screw. So I just didn't want to mess with it anymore. So I just